time, this bouncer, we were like, the whole squad was here. We had like, it was Greg, Dakota, me, Joe,
I know where you're
and Aaron. I think it was Aaron, right?
Yeah, it was Aaron.
And we're all walking
Relatively
into this
the same size.
And we were all walking into this bar, and this bouncer looks at us and goes, "Wow, I've never seen 5 guys all look the same before." I was relatively hurt.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to week 2 Confused Podcast. To my right, you got the lovely star-studded.
Would that be the left for them?
Left for you guys, right for me.
There you go.
Yeah, so Greg here. How's everybody doing?
And then to my left, your right.
Devon here. I don't care how you're doing.
And myself, Dakota, also known as TattedAlpha. We got a
I'm lying. I care.
we got a very interesting one for you this week, right, fellas?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh boy.
For anyone who's not from North Carolina, here's pretty much what we're going to be getting into today. COVID is completely ruining our chances of living it up in our 20s. There's this thing that me and my friends and all of us that hang out with us have come up with, and it's called the Glenwood 500.
We came up with it. We induct people into the 500.
Right.
Yeah.
To be able to run the race.
Yeah.
Like you come to us three and ask to be able to run that race. So the Glenwood 500 is all things Glenwood South, and we're going to be getting into all the obnoxious stories and shit. I don't want Dad to yell at me again for hitting the table. Sorry. But
it makes editing really hard.
Sorry. But all things Glenwood 5, we're going to be going through all the bars, all the crazy stories, and everything that it has to offer. So
we're going to try and paint you a very vivid picture of Glenwood 5 and our shenanigans.
Pretty much.
Ready, set, go. So.
Mama.
Should we start at the pregame?
I would let's
the preparation before going out,
and then we'll explain Glenwood 5.
Okay, so the preparation basically before we go out is that we meet at someone's apartment and we start and we play like drinking games, ride the bus, all the different drinking games. This usually happens really early, around 8:30, right?
Sometimes even earlier.
And we go hard for about an hour, so that brings us to around 9 o'clock. We order the Uber. We go to this place. If you're not from North Carolina, it's called Glenwood South, or as we call it, the Glenwood 5. It's a strip of bars, kind of one club and bars, pretty much for probably 3-4 blocks, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
5 blocks.
It's a road full of nightlife.
Yeah. And we start at Beer Garden.
That's where you like to start.
That's where I like to start. I like to start Beer Garden.
It's like a one-stop shop for just to go in there and get a beer and just kick off the night,
because it's the way it is. They got cornhole, outdoor drinking.
Yep.
And they're playing mellow music. You're playing cornhole. You're sipping a few beers. So after your pregame, it gives you an opportunity to see the potential of the evening. See if people want to socialize.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're forgetting the main reason why we started Beer Garden is because we get downtown slightly a little bit earlier than everybody else. Yeah. So we already got a pre-buzz going from the pregame. We're already feeling it a little bit. We're feeling good. So we go there, throw some cornhole, maybe play some pong, and see how the night's gonna entail with all the traffic that's gonna come down Glenwood.
Well, see, the thing about it is this is why we have to induct you in to be able to run this race with us, because we start early. Mm-hmm. We're already basically starting to get drunk or fucked up by 5:30, 6 o'clock, maybe even 7, because we're all getting ready. We're doing drinking games. We're hanging out. Then we'll get to our first spot at 9:30, already fucking hammered. And our hammered might be a little bit different than all you rookies out there, and y'all's hammered. We're ready to go.
You got to be able to handle it.
We're talking to you college kids.
You got to be able to handle it. And then, so basically, once you get sick of the chill vibes, we do this thing, the last time we went out, we've done this thing called the Devon Special. It's a lot of vodka and a lot of
like Red
Bull in one thin glass. You slam it before you leave Beer Garden. Then you're feeling nice. We go to our next place, which is right next door, which is
Dogwood. Dogwood's pretty fun. It has like this outer balcony, and then there's like a dance floor on the inside. It's not the biggest place in the world, but I'm going to go ahead and just lay it out all on the line. It's super small, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Some of the best bitches Raleigh has to offer, go to Dogwood. That's plain and simple.
Vibes?
The reason why I don't like Dogwood, it's my least favorite out of the Glenwood 5. The reason why I don't like Dogwood is because there's one tiny ass bar and it takes you forever to get a drink. And it takes a lot for me to get a good buzz going and to keep it. And if it takes me too long to get another drink, my mood's done. I'm like, let's go to the next place.
That's the genius of having the drink right before you leave Beer Garden is you feel it when you're in line. What are you doing at the table? Sorry. So
hey, you're editing audio.
You feel it while you're in line. You don't need to care about losing your buzz while you're waiting at the tiny ass bar that they do have. And then you get your drink and you turn around and it's lights, dance floor. It's nuts.
But see, that's the difference.
That's where you want to be.
That's the difference in you guys, though, and me is every single bar on our Glenwood 5, I will slam beers all day left and right until we get to Cornerstone. Then I'm mixing it up, and there's only one drink I'll get at Cornerstone, and if it's my dude working behind the bar.
Well, you just skipped part of the story.
He calls me fruity drinks, but he goes over to Cornerstone and he gets that watermelon Jolly Rancher shit.
Hold on. So you missed this. So the outer part of Dogwood is a like a patio style where you overlook the road, and the road. Right across the road is like the biggest bar on Glenwood South, and it is called Cornerstone. That is the bar with multiple buildings with different styles of music, multiple bars, basically like the place to be on Glenwood South. So then we go there, and Dakota calls Greg Fruity Drink.
No, my dad calls Greg Fruity Drink.
And then Dakota plays off his dad.
But Dakota drink. What do you have?
Well.
What is your thing? It was good. I'm not shitting on it.
It is good.
The story is this is last year. We were at Cornerstone and we ran into some of our old college buddies there. I don't think you were with us, Devon, or he might have been. I think Aaron was there too.
Aaron was there. Yep.
But I had a beer and then we were all drinking beer or whatever, and I asked this bartender, "Hey, can you make this drink for me? Nobody knows how to make it right." And he made it for me. It's called a watermelon Jolly Rancher. It's got vodka, rum, Sprite, watermelon mix. I mean, it's good.
Whatever makes it pink, whatever that is. I don't know.
That's the watermelon mix.
Is it? Okay.
But I know all the ingredients. But so he made it for me. And then I come back to the group of guys, and they're like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, I'm not telling you. You said you just got to try it. So 5 different guys tried it, and then 5 different guys went to the bar to order the same thing.
We like to get them in shots, though.
We just fucked ourselves, though, because we were just talking shit to college kids about being able to handle their liquor, and then we just went off talking about Jolly Rancher.
I mean, we could drink that, Jack and Coke, all the strong shit.
It's not one, okay? Let's put this out there now. We're not taking one Jolly Rancher drink and just calling it an evening. All right, college kids?
No, I drank
fuck you.
I drank 7 or 8 that night on top of having a beer.
Just there.
Yeah,
we good.
Just there.
So, continue. So we enjoy. You saw your college friends.
Yeah. So Cornerstone is. How do we want to put it? You either hit Cornerstone and you just don't fucking leave, or you hit there, you make a pass, because it's so big and there's 5 different buildings. So you walk. You can either go in and go left, or you can go right, or you can go right down the middle. And then essentially you stop at the bar, you get your drink, and then you kind of do a zigzag, snake style, through all the buildings. You walk on the outer rim, walk up, walk through building 1.
You do
around in between building 1 and 2, up through 2, etc., so on and so forth.
There's 5 bars in that place.
There's 5 bars and 5 different DJs in all the buildings. And it's like a snake.
The drink.
Much.
2 outside bars, 3 indoor bars.
Rap dance music, come back in. Spanish dance music, come back in. Country dance music, come back in. Trap / EDM music at the last one. And then you could either stay like Greg said, but we leave for the Glenwood.
Yeah, we do, because every time we're trying to hit all the bars. And Cornerstone by far is my favorite because a lot of people like to go there. Cornerstone is just where everybody's a little more fucked up. There's some nice outside seating too with fires and stuff that you can chill at.
So we go to Cornerstone. It's the 3rd bar on our Glenwood 5. We get there we plan to go across the street and walk into Cornerstone, usually right as there's about to be a line and we start seeing some people popping off, and we'll hang out for about an hour. maybe an hour and a half after the crowd's gotten there. It gets a little wild. You can't even breathe and throw your drink up because you got no room. And then we assess the situation. Do we want to hang out or do we want to go to the next one?
To put that in perspective for you, people wait 2 hours to get into that bar.
Yeah.
Like it's not, it's fucking crazy.
Part of why we go out so early.
And then, so after Cornerstone, this is where it's time to start making decisions, and you gotta be prime time, ready to go. You can either make a right, and you can go down Glenwood and keep on going up the road, and that's where you'll hit Lucky Bees, I think it's Hibernian, Hibernian Pub, Milk Bar, Ale House, and then there's one more.
Dueling Piano.
Tin Roof and Piano Bar are all down there to the right. Those are more of like your chill, casual places, but they're raunchy as hell, except for the restaurants. And stopping at like the Hibernian Pub or whatever is nice because we can go in there and slap a quick snack and then have a drink at the bar and then bounce out to the next bar we want to go to.
Yeah, usually we don't really stop for the snacks, but it's a good place to be. So then what happens is usually we hit whatever, like wherever the crowd's at, because we enjoy being around the crowd. So we usually go to Milk Bar. And that's where trouble ensues.
Dude,
Milk Bar is fucking ratchet, and it is another level.
It is. I mean,
Milk Bar is my least favorite out of the.
I fucking love it. I love Milk Bar because I will say, and just do anything I fucking want. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was I was walking to the bar and some girl was talking shit, and I just went, oh yeah, all right, just dumped beer all over her fucking head. Went to the bar, got me a new one. I don't care. By the time we hit Milk Bar. Don't fuck with me because I'm going to do whatever I want.
I think that's why I don't like Milk Bar because I know it's always our last stop. We're going to be there for a solid 30 minutes to maybe an hour, and then we got to figure out how we're getting back and this and that. So the dad and me takes over, and I'm like, all right, well, if we're going to go round 2 tomorrow, I got to make sure we get back in one piece, and we're good.
But if we do the Glenwood 5 right, we don't even need to come back tomorrow because we're going to be sleeping all day the next day.
Yeah.
But
it's a celebration.
But there are plenty of times where we'll hit it 2 nights in a row.
Dude, there was a night that we did that, and we went out, and I was just like in a hungover, like I couldn't function. But I was just sitting there, just like, oh my god, more beer! Like I can't do it. It's fucking nuts. Dude, we used to be able to drink like 7 days straight in college, and then we did it twice. We went out Friday night and Saturday night down here. And I couldn't do it.
Just out.
Welcome to that Southern lifestyle.
It fucking sucked.
Dude, the Glenwood 5 is no joke if you do it properly. And if you celebrate it with the right people, you won't be going out back-to-back nights. If, like you said,
if you do it
right. Because you got to start early. If you get out at 10 o'clock for your first time, you can't hit everything. You can't see all the different variations of people. And that's crucial to the operation.
And don't get us wrong, because we've done it one of 2 ways: the pregame, and then we've done it without the pregame, where we go twice as hard on Glenwood 5, and both will get you equally fucked up.
Definitely.
We started on the opposite side of Glenwood South one time, and we walked down the road, and we took one specialty shot
at each
from
bar.
Every bar down the road. We walked into bars that were closed, and the bartenders were like, "Yeah, here's some Fireball."
Dude, what was that Latin bar we ended
single
up into?
one. What?
That Latin bar we ended up in.
I don't know,
on the
but that
back
shit was
side of Glenwood, and we walk in, and all these freaking Hispanic women are just grooving, and I'm like,
my people.
Yeah, straight up. Dude, we got my blood jumping. I was like, oh yeah, we went up to the bar, shot of tequila. Give us the best tequila you got from the bar. And Devin and I, we were like back and forth. Devin got one bar, I got the other. I don't know if you were there with us that day. So yeah, and then we started up on the backside, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, Devin and I barely made it to the front end.
Yeah, that was a rough day. So, we also have story time.
That's Glenwood 5 in an image.
All the bars. Oh, well, we left one out. Alchemy is.
Oh shit.
Alchemy is just a
rave
straight up
central.
Rave. Let's just fucking just.
Yeah. You don't go to Alchemy unless you are 10 out of 10 fucked up. And you don't go there unless everything else is closing and you need somewhere that's going to be open till like 3.
Just to put it into perspective, Alchemy is that like I popped the molly, I'm sweating kind of place.
Dude.
Like you go in there and it's just body to body, and the music's so fucking loud and it's echoing off all the mirrors and shit in there that
it's a rave.
I literally, with all the LED lights and my sound system I have on my TV and projector and all that stuff, we could literally come back to my apartment and I can recreate Alchemy and it'd still be better vibe.
Dude, so since we have Halloween coming up, we'll tell you the story of last Halloween when we went to Alchemy. Yay. So we did the Glenwood 5. It's on Halloween. And we go into Alchemy, and I would say 50% of the people are dressed up, 50% aren't. And the lights are down in Alchemy, but the strobe lights are not. Do you remember this? Were you there with us?
I don't remember. I don't think I was.
I can't remember.
So
I think last year I did my own thing for Halloween because that was before I moved up here.
We're working our way to the front of Alchemy.
And to the DJ.
Yeah, and some people are dressed up, some people aren't. Like Greg's behind me, and we had like another person behind Greg, and since you guys don't know this, Greg is very afraid of clowns. So I pass this kid who's dressed in a clown outfit, and I go and kind of sidestep around him, and I kind of turned his body so that he would be facing Greg. And with the strobe lights going off and the clown, Greg literally looked at this kid and was like, "Oh hell no!" and just fucking ran away through the crowd.
I think I left. I'm pretty sure I walked out.
Dude, I turned around to try and find him, and it was just a blur. It was like freaking Flash just running through.
Yeah. All right.
That was last Halloween.
Let's go on a line. Favorite bar in the Glenwood 5 go?
It depends. Depends on what's the night.
I think it depends on the night for sure.
Yeah, it depends on the night.
It definitely does depend on the night. But if you had to make one suggestion.
Am I getting paid for this?
No.
My favorite bar is
hashtag wish it was an ad.
Yeah. If you had to make one suggestion, take your pick.
It's probably I would go with either Cornerstone or Milk. But I only say Milk because 9 times out of 10 I have a great time there because I'm drunk.
Right.
If I went in there sober, I would just be like, this
suck,
is fucking horrible.
All right, Dakota, go ahead.
Cornerstone, because you got the variety. You got 5 bars to choose from. You got a variety of people. The atmosphere is there. The vibes are always there.
Right.
You don't like the music and stuff being played in one of the buildings, go to another one.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn. It's a toss-up for me. I kind of have 2 on an equal pedestal. I'd have to say Dogwood, though. Kind of takes the cake for me.
Wait, can I go back and change mine?
Sure.
I love Cornerstone. However, 2 different occasions I've been told I can't enter because of my clothing.
The dress code. Oh my God, it's the camo.
It's a college life. Literally, we both did it one time. We have these drop tail T-shirts that we wear because we shop at Buckle. # sponsors. But no, just not even out there camo, just simple camo. I think I had the gray one on and you had the green one on, and they wouldn't let us in. And then there was another time 2 years ago I tried to get in. I had khaki pants on that had holes in them. They were patched, but I had holes in them, and they wouldn't let me in. I'm going
to change mine. I think I'm going to replace Milk Bar with Dogwood, but only when Dogwood's back lot is open.
Yeah.
Because that back lot is fire. It's not that crowded, and they have the nice fire pits with the chairs that go around the fire pit. I like that because if you're not into, that means they got something for everyone because they have the people that just want to drink. You just drink at the bar. They have people that want to dance. They have that dance floor. And then if you're just trying to chill and have a conversation outside, you sit by the fire. So I like that. But I like that at Cornerstone too because Cornerstone has that. Yeah. So I would replace Milk with Dogwood.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tons of stories though. Yeah, I mean, we have a laundry list of stories we could tell you from the Glenwood 5, and I mean, since we haven't gotten to celebrate the Glenwood 5 in a while, we're just gonna go through the list.
There's one thing we're leaving out, and that's because it's closed now. But a part of our Glenwood 5 nights used to entail shitty limits.
Oh yeah,
that would be City.
Yeah, dude, that would be after we hit the whole strip.
We'd go through the whole strip, and it just wouldn't. The vibes wouldn't be there. There's not a whole lot of people, so we're gonna go to Shitty. We're gonna go dance our ass off. That's where a lot of the line dances, the Cupid Shuffle, and all that stuff's played constantly. And drinks were cheap, and I also got a lot of free drinks too.
We don't have stuff like that up north.
Bartender, Casey, there it is.
Yeah, shouts out for free entry.
Yeah, well, another girl that I used to work with used to get us free entry, but Casey was
I got free entry myself.
That was good.
He had the connection for y'all's free entry.
I would say that we don't have that up north. We don't have that style of bar. and that was lit, and I really loved going there. So
it's a good time.
If I'm gonna say it right now, episode 2, I'm not gonna touch the table, Dakota. If this podcast makes it, we become influential in the Raleigh area, I will reopen City Limits.
You will.
Oh yeah. If we
the non-country guy.
If I turn into like if we turn into some big shit in the Raleigh area, I will open that motherfucker back up because that was lit.
This
we'll
guy,
have to rename it. We'll just, instead of put the podcast up there, we'll put bar underneath.
Confused Bar. Yeah, oh, that would be sick.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
I really like that place. We don't have that shit up north.
He really likes City Limits. This dude, we got to take him back home to
go
Coyote Joe's. You got to go to Coyote Joe's, homie.
Yeah.
It puts City Limits to shame.
The vibes are just different between like when you go to a bar and they're just playing like dance rap music versus having like good dancing country music. Like the vibe is just completely different.
It's like up and down. You get like a country song, country line dance, then some ratchet ass rap, and like a rap line dance. It's like interwoven.
But like the country music makes everyone like so much more like all want like
mellow.
Like excited to be with other people versus rap music. That's like I want to like bump and grind, but if someone fucks with me, I'm gonna punch them in the face. Whereas like a country bar is like woo, yeah,
just the way
beer, like you know.
The dance floor at Coyote Joe's, just the dance floor is bigger than City Limits.
Dude,
it's fucking sick. We could do that.
I couldn't tell you how many pairs of jeans I ruined though from doing my dance and doing my thing at City Limits. I mean, the knees, I ripped holes in them. I got like
I had a strap.
Stains.
I always wore the same jeans every time we went.
Dude, I can't. Because like there's no guarantee we'd end up at City. So for me, I like to get dressed up when we go out or whatever. But whenever Pony comes on, if I'm drunk, sober, really doesn't matter. I'm almost positive that on the night that I graduated, how much money did I make from doing it?
I think you made like $30.
Yeah.
30, 35, something like that.
Yeah.
He was tossing dollars at you?
Yeah.
Dude, no. So I was upstairs. And every time we're at Shitty and Pony comes on, or even Coyote Joe's, that's happened a few times, me and G go to the dance floor and we do our thing because that's our song. And that night I was upstairs. I was macking. And the song came on, and by the time I ran downstairs, got through the crowd, because it was literally a circle that had formed around Greg, I couldn't get there. So I just stood there, and I started cheering him on. I was like, hey, and I tried to get my phone out and film, and then they changed the song.
Yeah, so Dakota said he was macking. Clearly, she didn't mean not a fucking thing.
Nah,
because
that
as soon
fucking
as the
song comes on, bro.
You took a beat to the dance floor.
We did. I mean, ladies, I love y'all. I do. But when that song comes on, especially when I'm out with my boys, we going to go do work on the dance floor.
Definitely. I mean, it was a good time. That's a good idea, though. If we can get there,
I'm just saying,
open it back up.
I'm just saying it's worth it.
Instead, we can make it our own special thing. We could change it up a
I know
bit.
One bartender I'm going to hit up to work there.
Facts. I know. I figured you would. Like, that's your girl, bro. I swear to God. Dakota had the biggest crush on this
5-year plan. Make the podcast go big and reopen City Limits, but it'll be Confused Bar.
Bet.
Boom.
No, we should just name it Shitty Limits. Literally name it Shitty Limits.
The nickname of the bar. All right. Story time. What you got?
I don't got shit. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Nah, you're breaking the rules.
Somebody don't want to be in the doghouse.
Nah,
I already know I'm gonna be in the doghouse after this one, so just go ahead and rip it.
Well, it's a good thing you live alone at the moment.
I feel like we had a lot of stories the first time we talked about the Glenwood 5, and I just feel like
Well, let me rephrase.
We really sent it.
Hold on. We have a lot of stories. There is a good bit of stories that we are not allowed to share. For both reasons for ourselves and for you guys.
We would get banned on YouTube.
No, not even that. Our lives would be over.
Yeah.
More so y'all's, not me.
Yeah.
But
you know what he's referring to. The women in our life. I'm just going to go ahead and stab that big fat elephant in the room.
This podcast would die before it even started.
Because we would be dead. Because we would be dead.
Oh, my
God. So here's the thing.
Well, cheers to that.
I know it's only water.
I'm out.
But let's just go ahead and...
I got beer.
Let me just go ahead and take a swig of this. all the ladies watching, I want you to look at me for 1 second. I'm going to take a swig of this water, and I'm going to give you a little helpful tip. And I'm going to fucking come at your life right here in the next minute.
Oh, I am so excited. We have this.
I'm going to go on one of my little G rants here. I'm going to go in for about hard 45 seconds, and I'm going to go right back out.
Okay, let's do this. Grace.
Okay. Ladies.
Here we go.
You're all basic as fuck.
Oof.
That's essentially the bottom line. You walk out onto the Glenwood 500 route. Every fucking woman, brunette, blonde, pink hair, doesn't frickin' matter. You got the black top on, the fake-ass Gucci belt with the jeans and some booties or whatever other types of shoes that y'all got on. Every single girl looks the same. I mean, I get it. It works because when guys are drunk, we're all like, yeah, we want you. But Jesus Christ, for us guys out here who are thorough, please change it up. You spend all this money on your attire, so please wear something else. It's the same. Every fucking corner is the same.
Well, I will give them the benefit of the doubt, only a little bit, that majority of the people we encounter on Glenwood 5 are in college.
I mean, they are in college, but it's like, you can tell. Because it's the same shit. And I'm just like, you guys are fucking boring. You're basic.
I'm trying to go after the ones with them red bottoms on, if y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But go ahead, Dev.
Yeah, I feel the basic thing. But so recently we attempted a Glenwood 5, and it didn't work out because coronavirus. But this is my thing, and we've said it before. Stop matching your face mask. Sorry, I'm touching the desk. Stop matching your face mask to your fucking outfit. You look like a dipshit. Okay?
It's not that
You're
serious.
welcome. No, it's that serious.
No, like...
my anger is that serious.
But then, like, them wearing the mask with their outfit, it's not that serious.
You're taking it off in 5 minutes. Just stop doing it. Stop doing it.
Like, I laugh. I'm judging you on the inside.
Bro. It's really killing me.
Like, the ones with the Lily Pulitzer masks on, or the... other basic hoes out there with the white mask with the navy blue stars. Ugh,
listen,
vomit.
I probably have more respect for anyone that wraps a shirt around their face because they're like, I don't have a mask, than someone that's like, oh, I just spent $500 on a Gucci mask. Do you like it? I'd be like, no, you're a dipshit.
If you want me to be honest, I'd be more attracted to the girl that wears like the black headband with the big silver or like the see-through like plate that hangs down in front of her face than the basic ass like mask. If you wore that
fishbowl fogging,
yeah, swear to God, the whole entire fishbowl fogging. If you wore that out, I'm coming for you. But if you wear one of those basic ass masks that match your whole entire outfit, you're kicked to the curb.
Now, ladies, I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit right here. We're serious, but also. We love women, so don't take it to heart. And if you do, go find your salt somewhere else.
Yeah, seriously. Are you kidding?
What, dude?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I just don't want to catch coronavirus.
Put it away.
Okay, sorry.
What's going on?
Dude,
this man doesn't know how to use a condom. At least he knows how to use a mask.
It's the face condom.
Don't call me out like that. No, the face condom was that show that we watched last night with the lady that didn't have a face. She looked like she had a condom over her head. Anyway, so that's my big thing about the Glenwood 5 during coronavirus. Without coronavirus, though, Greg is correct.
Glenwood 5 is big lit.
Like,
dude, it's fun.
Be an individual, because no one wants the... And I was telling this... So I'll give an example. I was telling Greg this story the other day, and I'll share it for Dakota's sake. When you go to a tailgate, and it's like fall, and you got the nice cool weather, at least up north, because I haven't been to a tailgate down here yet, every single girl, for as far as the eye can see, they are wearing the same thing. You got the Han Solo boots on, with the black jeans, with the white top, and then you're wearing a vest over it.
Yep.
It's a little different.
We get it. It's fall. Can you wear something else, please?
It's a little different down here. Tailgates go one of two ways.
God,
if it's
so
cold,
annoying, bro.
They're all wearing their vests, their scarves, and their Ugg boots or comparable boots.
Or the Han Solo boots.
Boots.
I feel like someone's going to pull out a freaking blaster
if it's a legit tailgate, they're all wearing jerseys or T-shirts to rep the team.
Yep.
Booty shorts.
Yep.
Some of them wearing the cowboy boots.
Yep. Ew, by the way. Ew. At a tailgate.
And they're all wearing those big ass sunglasses.
Oh my god!
Every single one of them.
Some of them got like the long, like drooping necklaces on, and like the real dangly earrings and shit. It's
you accessorize like you're going out, but your outfit's like t-shirt, shorts. Right? We're not harping on you too bad.
See, no one wears
do the same
no one
shit.
wears a jersey up north because everyone leaves before the game starts because every tailgate I've ever been to, the football team sucks.
I don't plan on attending the game.
Yeah.
If I tailgate.
That was just a side note, but the same thing for the Glenwood 5 is like being original because no one likes to see you all wearing the same thing. And then same thing for guys. Like one time, this bouncer, we were like the whole squad was here. We had like it was Greg, Dakota, me, Joe,
I know where you
and Aaron. I think it was Aaron, right?
Yeah, it was Aaron.
And we're all walking
relatively
the same size, and we were all walking into this bar, and this bouncer looks at us and goes, "Wow, I've never seen 5 guys all look the same before." I was relatively hurt. I was like,
I'm glad I wasn't there for this.
No, you were.
You were there.
For what? I haven't been to a tailgate up here.
No, not a tailgate. It was a bar.
Downtown.
It was a bar.
It was you, Aaron, Joe, Devon, and me.
Yeah.
We all went out.
Oh, that weekend.
I got photos from that night. And it wasn't we look the same. He goes, I've never seen 5 guys who were the same size before.
That's right. Yep.
And
we literally talked about it for the next 30 minutes.
Like I gave you all a look and I said,
well, fuck this guy.
I'm ready to leave, to be honest. Like I almost went and put my damn stilts on because I was really offended.
Yeah. Just scan my ID and let me in. Don't make a comment.
Yeah.
No, okay.
And so I captioned our photo from that night on Instagram what that bouncer said to us and got a lot of hits
that
on
guy.
it.
I'm a little salty at him.
Yeah, so Dakota.
That was the night that's when I had long hair.
Yes, and you had it in the man.
I was wearing my red button up.
Yes, you were. Exactly.
Bieber hair.
Yeah.
Bro, I had Bieber hair before Bieber was even born.
Me too. I shown them high school pictures yesterday, and I had the flow going. It was insane. But anyways, favorite Glenwood 5 story of yours. Start from the top. I want to hear it from you first.
You want to know what's crazy is it's actually before Devon ever even moved here, and we knew who he was. So, and it involves that night with McDonald's.
Well, now
because we started on Glenwood.
Story. Oh no, he wasn't even here then.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't even live here, but we started on Glenwood. We ended up at Shitty, and then we ended up at McDonald's at 3 a.m. You know what night I'm talking about?
I do. I have the video on my phone.
That is
so maybe if you tune in. I'll let Dakota tell the story, but we'll post it to the Confused Pod Instagram. So you guys can see what we're talking about.
Typical night. He was still in college. I was already out. I came up to visit or whatever, and we went out. We started at Glenwood. It was a little dead to our liking. We maybe spent, I think it was like an hour and a half or so at Glenwood. And then we went over to City Limits. And we do our thing. We do our dancing. We have our vibes. My bartender was working that night, so we got a lot of free drinks. And this guy and Aaron were dancing or drinking. What?
SoCo?
No, you were drinking the green stuff.
Liquid marijuana.
Oh, this dude, God. I counted. This dude had 8 liquid marijuanas on top of everything else we drank because we pre-gamed and then we went out, drank on Glenwood.
I drank a bottle of like a 5th of liquor before we left.
Yeah, he did. He had a 5th of SoCo and lemonade before we left. He had 2 beers at Glenwood 5, and then we went to City Limits, and this dude had 8 liquid marijuanas. So the vibes were good. However, I was DD that night.
Oh, I was fucking trash.
So I didn't consume as much alcohol. But as we leave, I'll skip all the details in the middle. But as we leave, we're heading back, and the girls in the back are like, "I'm hungry." I'm like, "God damn it, I just want to go home." So we ended up going to McDonald's. It was the only fucking place open.
Yeah, at that point,
we're the only people in the drive-thru. Nobody else in the drive-thru at 3 a.m.
Bro, is it bad? I remember the lady's name in the drive-thru.
I don't even remember her name. I just remember that she was not having it at first, and then she was like, "Fuck it."
Keisha.
Oh, I was gonna say was it a white trash?
No, it was Keisha.
Dude, she was the coolest lady ever.
Yeah, no, she was nice. She was older too, bro. She was like in her 40s.
She was older. So we pull up into the drive-thru, we order our food, they all yell their orders, we get up to the window, we pay, and then we get up to the second window. They keep trying to blast music while I'm driving, and I keep turning it down so I can talk to the lady. And finally, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not dealing with this. Y'all do whatever you want. I'm just trying to get you home. And they start yelling and talking to the lady in the drive-thru window. And then I forget who was DJ. It was either Aaron or Janae. And they start playing Pony. Greg proceeds to get out of the back seat, jump around, jump up on the hood, and start doing the little grinding thing on the hood of the car in the drive-thru of McDonald's at 3 a.m. while the lady in the window is going, hey, yo, do your shit. And then...
Oh, I was killing it, bro.
You should have asked them for that, like, security video.
Dude, there was a camera there. There was a camera in the window.
Dude, they definitely got it because there were cameras, like, in the drive-thru, so I wish I would have, but
oh my god,
this is what made it better. Who sings that? Is it like Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Baby Got Back.
Yeah, that song.
Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yeah.
So we turned that on afterwards, and I looked at the lady in the drive-thru. I said, "It's your turn, boo," and she goes, and bro, she stuck her fucking ass up out of the window and just starts twerking, hardcore.
So
hardcore twerking out of the window, and I was like, hey, on the hood of the car. I'm just standing there like this, bro, just fucking ripping it. And then she gets done, and we're like, yes.
Thanks for our food. We're out.
Yeah, and then she gave us our food, and I hopped back into the car.
That was probably the best part of her night, though.
Yeah.
Think about it. She's working like till fucking 7 a.m.
She's on the graveyard, so we made her whole entire shift.
Yeah. So
she's probably tweeting about it for weeks.
Obviously, there's tons of stories. That's my favorite. But needless to say, McDonald's had a corporate meeting the next day, and they were like, how can we prevent this next time?
They had a corporate meeting and said, how can we hire people like this to dance during our 4 a.m. shifts at drive-thru?
Should we add this into a promo commercial to gain more business?
100%.
Any and
College towns would be booming.
Any and everything that we can get, #cookout. Give us a ring. Reddit, all these basic ass white bitches in Norts and a long t-shirt to their ankles. God, they're overflowing your lines. We're gonna help you slow it down. Anyways, all right, Devin.
My favorite story?
Yeah, favorite story. From top to bottom.
My favorite story was probably. I don't know. I like a lot of them. My favorite story was probably the night that we ended up at Waffle House. And
that was it.
So basically,
you gotta be more specific,
basically
the
the night was like a generic Glenwood 5. We got drunk, had a great time, whatever. Got thrown out at the end. Night was great. So we get in the Uber, and I plug in my apartment to get us back. Mm-hmm. And mid-drive, he says, "Are you sure you guys don't want any food?" And we were like, "Yeah, no, we want food." This dude just took a hard left, brought us to Waffle House, and it's like 4 a.m. And we walk in, and they're dancing to Drake. Like, we just walked in, and they were already dancing to Drake. This older lady,
us three,
and Aaron
was there,
and we walk in, and this older woman, no bra, dancing to Drake, just like titties swinging in a circle like a fucking hurricane. And we stopped at the door and was just like,
do we want food?
Where did we just walk into?
I remember this night.
I was shook.
So fucked up. Aaron mopped the table.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm getting there.
Mop down.
So we're shook, and so she's doing the. So you guys want some waffles? And we're like, oh yeah, sure. We're gonna have waffles anyway. I'm a little grossed out, but I want my waffles. So we go and we sit down. Now, you got us three and another person after a night out of the Glenwood 5. We're spilling stuff. Greg's eating waffles with his hands and just like shoveling it. Hash browns with his hand, all this stuff.
Not the first time he's done this, by the way.
So then Aaron.
Waffle House at 4 a.m. while I'm really fucked up, the utensils don't matter. Just don't even bring them to the table.
So then someone spills. Take it away.
Hold on.
Someone spills on the table.
It was Aaron who spilled on the table.
I thought it was him. Okay. Yeah,
so
Aaron spills on the table.
Aaron or me, whatever.
It was
spilled
Aaron.
something. Was it?
Yes.
Of course it was.
Because he was sitting on the end.
Yeah, he was sitting on the end. So his drunk ass was sitting there eating it, and then he knocked over his cup. He walks back to where the bathroom is, and like the whole like yellow thing, like the little wheelie cart that the mop sits in with all the liquid.
Mop bucket.
Yeah, the mop bucket. This fucker just wheels it out from the bathroom to the table. The waitress goes, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing?" And it's just like, wah, right down on the table, and he just starts mopping everybody's fucking empty
The four of us are holding our plates like this, and then we're just like, fuck it. And we just put them back down on the counter.
What are you doing? And we were in fucking tears, bro, because he's just sitting there like this, and he sweeped like everything off the table onto the floor, and then he's like, oh, can't forget the floor. And he's just sitting there just like getting the floor. This fucker had the audacity to bring back the wet floor sign, and he sat it on the table.
Ugh. So then,
what?
So then we're just like, okay, that just fucking happened. And next thing we know, they're playing more Drake, but they moved the party from the kitchen area to over by where we were sitting. So now we got Drake playing. We got, what's her name? Just
they started
swinging them unbroad titties around that you're 50 years old. What are you doing, lady? And then everyone else is in the kitchen with spatulas and shit. I swear to God, it was like straight out of a fucking movie. Like if there was Waffle House musical, it would have been that shit.
You forget why they moved from where they were to down there. It was because Aaron was trying to hit on the one girl because he was so blitzed.
Dude.
If you didn't know, he was blitzed by mopping the table. He was blitzed, and he was trying to hit on the one girl, and then he convinced them to come down here and party. He was like, "Oh, we want to party with you guys. Come down here."
You know, in High School Musical where they're like dribbling the basketballs and they got that good song, it's like, and they're like using the basketball as the beat. I swear to God, I don't know if I was super drunk or what, but this dude was hitting the spatulas off the fucking counter to the Drake song. You got the other lady just swinging them around. One lady's like, I literally was sitting at the table just going, well, what is happening?
I'm starting to think he had his own vision in his head.
Dude,
like he was directing.
I swear to you, it was nuts. I've never seen anything like that.
Getting, like, everybody listening to this podcast is a camera, and you're the lens. You are explaining everything about
you're
how
welcome.
You see the world, like,
you're welcome. Dude, I don't get it. I don't know what was happening. Everyone was dancing and shit. And I was like,
Bro, they were getting
I was
up,
spreading jelly on my waffle, just like what the fuck?
First off, who puts jelly on a waffle?
What is syrup? Whatever I was doing, dude. I was just like, cowering.
In his defense, it probably was because he was that fucked up.
I do like, yeah, it probably was true.
I'm actually really concerned.
What?
You put syrup on a waffle and spread it with a knife?
How do you? No, jelly. Did I say syrup? I don't know. I was fucked up. I don't know which one it was.
He was putting butter on his waffle and then syrup.
There you go. That's what I was getting at. Okay, so I'm over here putting butter on it, and
welcome
everyone
to
was
the
dancing.
Confused Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, strike one.
So anyway, that was probably my favorite night, just because how it ended. Like the bar scene was all what it usually is. Just it is what it is. But like, it's the stories like that make the night, and that shit was wild.
Yeah,
that's why we remember it.
Wow. Greg,
let's go.
I mean, I have
baby.
I have a few actually.
Hit us.
You remember that night at Milk Bar when the two girls kept trying to dance on you, and then the guy behind you dropped a drink on you on purpose? You remember that night?
Yeah, I was ready to fight, to be honest. Because, well, we won't get into all that right now.
Good vibes. This is every night, though. Good vibes up until something like that happens, and it pisses you off to the point where you want to fight. Ruins the whole night. I don't know why that happens. It could be the best night ever up until that part, and then it ruins it.
Who was with us that one night where it was me and you for sure, but was it you or was it Aaron who was with us where we convinced this group of girls that we were all adopted brothers and our dad was
Dill?
No, it was the Little Debbie company.
Yeah.
He was like a bigwig for the Little Debbie company.
Oh my God.
Who was the third leg in that? Was that you?
Well, it wouldn't have been Aaron because there's no way you would get anybody to convince.
I think it was him. But so what happened was like we walked into Beer Garden, and like these college dudes were like harassing this group of girls, like wouldn't leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was like, guys, I don't want to be that guy or anything, but like this is like hard to see, like hard to watch. Like we're sitting at a table, they're over there, and these group of guys were just like hounding them. Yeah. And I was like, this is difficult to watch, and we could have some fun with this. So Greg is like, all right. Our dad's like the Little Debbie CEO, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We come up with this whole lie, like this extravagant. On the fly. And we just like walk over to the kids. We were like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? Like, sorry we're late. Like, we hit some traffic or whatever. So the guys go and like run away.
Yeah.
They were all pissed off.
The girls like turned to us and were just like, okay.
Yeah.
We'll just play it. And then like we started talking to them, and like once all the guys went away, the girls were like, well, what are you guys' names? And then we like started conversating with them or whatever.
Fake names, fake jobs, fake everything.
From top to bottom, all fake except for where we're all from and how we were all adopted. Mind you, I actually am adopted, but story was way off.
We adopted him also.
So, yeah,
it was amazing.
I think it's happened in this order. Like Dakota started first and was like explaining who he was, and that he was like the first one adopted in by this man, and then I was adopted in, and then Devon was adopted in like a few years later. And then these girls were eating it up. And they were like, well, do you have proof or whatever, this, that, and the other? And so literally, I actually had like some pictures on my phone because my roommate at that point in time gets like boxes full of old like Little Debbie snacks. And I had pictures of them on my phone, and I showed him. I said, yeah, this was actually like our dad sent these to us because he had tons of extras. So, and they were like, oh, no way, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, we're being dead ass serious, and it's crazy. And they were like, oh, well, are you guys like really close, and how does that work out? And I was like, yeah, we're all really close, we all live down here.
Come find out.
And it was everything. Like, we from top to bottom had all of our bases covered, and these girls were just eating it up.
So Greg gets him to believe this lie, and the best part about this is that like we're like, okay, we're ready to move on to the next place or whatever, and so I'm like starting to walk away, and Greg or Dakota or someone went to go tell me to like wait up a minute, and they used my real name, not the fake name that we had just made up. They were like, yo, Devon, wait a second. And I literally was like, and I turned around and I was like, whoo, like, because I responded to my name. Someone was like, Devon, and I turned around. And then as I turned around, I was like,
No. It wasn't one of us. I think it was the bartender that yelled your name because we were upstairs at the bar we always go to at Beer Garden.
She said, Devon, do you want to close your tab? And I was like,
that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I responded to her because, you know, we were frequently there. She knew my name.
Names.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
So I think one of the girls that we had like on the story, she was like, Devon, who's that? And we were like, that's his middle name.
Yeah, he just played it off so fast.
I just like on the fly, I was like, yeah, that's his middle name. We cut like us. We call him Devon, but his actual name is
whatever we made up.
We made it up. That night was one of my favorites because we were just like, we've done this so much. We got to do shit to spice it up and keep it interesting. So we'll go from bar to bar and just make shit up.
So then the best part about that was we leave and we go to the next bar. Nothing happens. We go to Cornerstone. So we go do our typical Glenwood 5 as we just explained. Then we end up at Cornerstone. Now all of a sudden, we're walking around and we hear someone call out the fake names. But we didn't respond to the fake names. And they kept saying it.
I'm pretty sure it was at that moment. We all heard it the first time, but didn't really hear it. And then I hear it a second time, and I'm like, "Wait, guys, what were our fake names?" Yeah. Like I think
Also,
they're following us.
Who was who? They were like calling us out, and I was like, "Oh shit, I don't remember which one I was." So then we were like, we turned around. They come up to us, and they're like, "Oh hey!" And then when they like pointed at us and called us by our name, I was like, oh yeah, that's right, that's me. Got it.
But you gotta remember, Glenwood 5, it's 5 different bars that we go to, but there's probably what y'all would say like 3,000 to 5,000 people.
Oh my god, yeah.
Easily.
At least.
Easily.
So there's tons of people, and you wouldn't think you'd run into the same people twice, yet it happens multiple times.
Hence why we just bop around, make up stupid shit, and then leave. But I
Definitely. That was one of my favorite nights, but then there was another night. It was actually just Devon and I. This one is literally in my top 5 all times we go down.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
So talk about making shit up and stories up. We started this time around, instead of starting at Beer Garden, we started at Hibernian. Devon and I go downstairs, and we sit at the bar right downstairs right when you walk in. There were 2 girls sitting all the way at the other end of the bar.
They were like a little older, probably like 35.
So let me just break this down for a second, because Devon and I, we're just like we just like to talk to anybody. Doesn't matter who the fuck it is, as long as, you know, we can have a good conversation with people. It's a whole vibe. That's exactly what we're going for. So we're sitting all the way down at the left side of the bar, and these 2 girls are all the way at the right end, and they look at us and they're just like, why you guys sit all the way down there? And Devon and I go, well, we didn't want to cramp your style, you know, like y'all do y'all, we'll do us. And they were like, no, you know, we're looking for conversation, so let's talk. So we moved down there by them. We started talking. And I told the girls it was Devon's birthday. It was what? October?
Yeah, my birthday's in fucking January.
Yeah, so free drinks. And here they come. These girls are buying us free drinks, him free drinks, whatever. It was fantastic. Then the bartender goes, hey, I got a bar trick for you guys. This fucker took a picture of Devon and I.
Like on his phone.
On our phone. And then he sat it like right by the keg and like the tap or whatever. Mm-hmm. And drew our picture in the phone.
He had like a little wisp thing, and he was like putting it in the shit.
He was like, what was it, a frother like that he was using?
I don't know what the fuck it
was. That dude used to be a barista before he was a bartender.
Dude, that guy, he was nuts.
He drew our fucking photo in the phone. One of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. It was sick.
Yeah, it was sick.
I had never seen it before. That shit was dope.
Daytime he works at Starbucks, nighttime he works at the bar.
Yeah, definitely.
So keep going with that story.
So that happens. That was really fucking cool. Then Devon introduced me to Cadillac shots. That was the first time I've ever taken them. And that shit was fantastic. And what was the girl's name? It was Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, it was something about up north because I was like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
Something like that. But so little did we know, she was pulling a us on us. She faked her name to us.
Yeah.
Come to find out her name was Jen, not even, but she was going by Brooklyn.
Yeah, we weren't even playing any tricks or anything. We were just like having a good conversation. Just like the first bar we were at, obviously, we're just like sitting there drinking, just like shooting the shit, watching the game or whatever. We weren't even thinking to like make anything up or be assholes or anything like that. And like Greg said, she pulled an us on us. And I was like, there is no way your name is Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I was born in Brooklyn. And I was like, okay, whatever.
So I was like, is it a nickname? And she's like, no. And then the other lady was like, she's lying, like behind her back.
Yeah.
And I said, well, your friend just exposed you, so what's your real name? And then she finally told us, and we caught her ass. And Devon and I were like, yeah, you don't pull that shit.
You don't pull the us on us,
yeah. So we started there, and we were like, we did the Glenwood 5 just backwards. And it just didn't go all that well because Devon and I were like, we ended up, the first like crazy bar we ended up at was Milk Bar. And everybody's like Milk Bar is where you end up at the end of the night.
Yeah,
where you're just really fucking drunk. So Devon and I, like, our mindset flipped. We go into Milk Bar like moderate, good buzz. And we felt like we had to play, we felt like we had to play catch up. So dude, we went to the bar, just lined up like 5 apiece and just bam, just knocked down like 5 shots in a row. What was our tab when we left Milk Bar that night?
A lot. I was angry.
Dude,
it was a lot.
My God. We were fucking, like, we just took like 5 shots, fucking hammered after that. And then we both got like a beer apiece. Then we left from there and then we kept going down Glenwood. This was the night we ended up back at your place. You were sitting on the fire hydrant. And so when I'm really drunk and riding in cars is what gets me just twisty.
There's one or two things that happen when you're in a car.
I do this blow-off valve noise, and it's and with my head out the window. That's how you know I'm done.
It's either that or he's on my shoulder asleep.
I fall asleep on my friend's shoulders more times than I can
He
count.
was so far out of the Uber, like his body was hanging out. I was just holding onto his belt. Just we're driving down like a main strip in Raleigh. Just Greg hanging out the window like a dog, and I'm just holding onto his belt going, you like, good, bro.
The wind just blowing all like the slobber out of my mouth, like hanging off my tongue and lips, and it's just getting all over this Uber driver's windows. And the Uber driver turns around and he goes, yo, do you want to sit in the car? And Devon goes, sir, do you want throw up all in your back seat? And he's like, well, no. And then Devon goes, well, then shut the fuck up. And I'm just like, okay, perfect. So we finally show back up to Devon's apartment, and this dude is like, hold up, Greg, we gotta fucking wait a minute before we actually like walk up into the apartment. This dude sits down on a fire hydrant, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna mind my business and pulling trig. Devon is just projectile vomiting, and I'm like, oh, dude, this is terrible. My turn. And I go like, Devon and I go back to back, and we're just sitting on this fire hydrant. Just fucking just chucking vomit
that
everywhere.
Was not a good time.
It was so bad because like we started hot and ended slow. I'm pretty sure by the time we got to like where we usually start, we couldn't intake anything else because we had already gotten so fucked up. Mind you, this was also the night where I'm almost certain somebody slipped me something, because literally 3 nights later, I don't know if he remembers, but Ladavius called me at like 10:30 at night one time. I answered. I'm like, hello. And he goes, oh, what up, boo? How you doing? I miss you, blah, blah. It was a gay guy. Gave me a ring. Somehow he put his number in my phone. I remember
that shit. It was that night.
He called me up, and he's like, yo, what up, boo? How you doing, man? I'm like, who? Who the fuck are you? And he's just like, this is your boo. We met at the bar the other night, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I don't fucking remember you. Blot, delete, get up out of here. Bro, I don't know what fucking happened, but a gay dude put his number in my phone. I don't remember what happened.
Those are the things that make Glenwood 5 the Glenwood 5, though.
It was
it's
fantastic.
Like shit like that.
Bro, I didn't even have a problem with it because after he told me like what had happened, I was like, well, did you have a good time at least? He was like, man, I ain't even gonna lie. I was trying to pull you real hard. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're straight, but I was trying to turn you gay. All this shit. And I was just like, nah, bro.
His face when he picked up this phone was just like,
what?
It's safe to say that none of us have a 5-star Uber rating.
God.
After
I got banned from Uber for 4 fucking days.
After our Glenwood 5 outings, none of us have a 5-star rating.
That's what it's about, though. If you do the Glenwood 5, you're gonna make memories, and you're gonna have some shit to tell people about the Glenwood 5. And Uber, you could do the Glenwood 5 anywhere. You could do the Glenwood 5 anywhere. There's a strip of bars. You do the Glenwood 5,
or you can make up your own moderation or own version of it. Wherever you're at, just take it in, embrace it, and fucking have a good time.
And if you want
just
some
go for
tips, hit us up on our Instagram or Twitter, and we'll throw you some advice.
We'll drop all the tips.
About that Uber thing. Greg got me suspended from Uber for 4 weeks or 4 weekends, depending on how I like to use my Uber. They literally sent me an email this long explaining that I was probably one of the worst customers they ever had, and it wasn't because of me.
Wait, hold on. Okay, I know we're getting close to the end, but remember the night where you ordered the first Uber and we got in, it was us 3, and there was actually our whole group, but the girls and everybody else went in the first one.
Bro,
no.
don't even get me
This
started
guy right here, I'm surprised you didn't get banned that weekend. We get in the first Uber, we pull up to a stoplight. He gets out and starts running, so we have to get out and chase his ass. So that Uber paid like 30 some odd $40 for. And then the girls were already gone in the other Uber. And then we had to go and catch up to him to get another Uber to get back. And we ended up paying for 3 Ubers that night aside from that one.
The guy literally took our money. When we dipped, we were like, all right, we'll be right back. We just got to go grab him. We don't know what he's doing. I think he has to pee behind that dumpster or something or whatever he was doing. And the guy literally was like, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll wait. And we turn around after we caught Greg and we were just like, oh, there he goes. He's gone. And we had to get another one.
Yeah, I've pretty much cost this group a lot of money. When I'm really fucking drunk, I do not like to ride in cars. That's why Dakota's got plenty of stories of us walking. That's why, because I don't like to ride in cars.
9.8 miles.
In boots.
In fucking boots and jeans.
You're welcome.
I don't understand it, but you know what? It's good stories. Stories.
Dude,
we walked on the highway not necessarily the highway, but Glenwood North is basically a highway.
Yeah, dude, Devon and I pretty much walked from Glenwood South to PNC Arena and then finally got an Uber close enough to his apartment where it was a short drive. So that way I didn't have to ride too long. That was the night you got put on Uber probation. That was also the night where I flagged down an ambulance and I asked him to tap me with a liquor IV in one arm and then a literal IV in the other. And he goes, do you want me to call the cops? And I said, no, but could you please just give us a ride home? And he told us, fuck no.
He goes, fuck no. And Greg just goes, why? Just throw us in the back of that bitch. And these 2 EMTs literally were just in shock that he just had the audacity to say that. They looked at us and were like, and Greg goes, what's the big deal? I was like, we're going to keep walking, sir. And we just started walking away.
That's a $5,000 Uber minimum.
I was shook.
Definitely.
Well, this guy has asked police officers multiple times. Hey, man, can you give me a ride back to my apartment, please?
Splash, brother.
As long as they don't take you to jail, it is what it is. They just want you to get home safe.
I've never been taken to jail.
Yeah, they just want you to get home safe.
After the tailgate one day, I went with Aaron. Somehow, Aaron and me got separated and split up. Aaron fucking knows everybody to Kingdom Come and back. Mm-hmm. So this dude ended up actually eating food on the other side of the arena with some random ass people he knew. And I'm like, well, where the fuck's he at? So I start walking back to Blue Ridge where I lived at the time. I was walking the opposite way.
Yeah.
I was so fucked up. I was going the other way. And I turned around. Well, I didn't really turn around. I walked into some cops and he's like, hey man, you all right? And I'm like, oh, I just left the tailgate. I'm a little drunk, just trying to walk home. I live right up the road. And he goes, are you sure you're all right to walk home? And I'm like, yeah, I should be fine. And he's like, well, where do you live? I said, Blue Ridge. He goes, it's the other way, man. And I'm like,
oh, no.
Okay. And he's like, you sure you're good? I said, how about you give me a ride? Can I please have a ride? And he's like, I'm not typically allowed to do this, but you seem like,
you need to get home before you get hit by a truck.
Pretty much, yeah. He's like, you mean well? Sure. Homie dropped me off at my apartment.
Yeah, he just wanted to get home safe.
Sweet, I thought he was taking me downtown for a drunk in public. That's what I thought he was gonna get me with, but he actually dropped me off.
Drunk and disorderly.
Do they have that? Do they have public intoxication down here?
Drunk and disorderly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I see that are fucked up on the streets at night.
You can also get arrested for public urination.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty much everywhere.
That's a double charge, because if they catch you, depending on how they catch you,
then it could be nudity, right?
Yep.
Love
exposure.
That.
Indecent exposure.
That happened, got me dropped off. It was multiple things, but back to the ambulance story, this was a key detail. Devin loves to bring it up. I'll just throw myself under the bus for throwing him under the bus that night. So what happened, we flagged down the ambulance, and the guy rolled the window down. He's like, hey, you guys all right? And I said, yeah, he's fucking drunk.
Oh, my God.
And the guy goes, are you sure you're not drunk? And I'm like, nah, he is, though.
Greg's cranking out a 5K walk at top speed, Olympic walking, and just going down the road. I'm probably 30 paces behind him, and the cop, oh, thank God it wasn't a cop. The medic pulls up, and Greg just looks at him with the lights on inside the ambulance and just goes, yeah, he's fucked up. And I'm literally just like, Greg, come back. And then I get there and he goes, yeah, are you sure you're okay? And Greg's like, I'm good. I'm like, fantastic. Oh,
Greg is a different person when he's drunk, needless to say.
Yeah, I have a good time.
We haven't named his alter ego yet when he's drunk.
Jesus,
but
it's got to be something crazy.
Dude, I'm a good time. I love to
we all have fun, don't get me wrong, but Greg definitely has a different personality when he's drunk.
Yep, definitely.
There's no question.
It needs to be like something crazy.
But I mean, there's levels to it.
Y'all comment some suggestions for his alter ego name.
But anyway.
Anything crazy.
So, to wrap this up, you could do the Glenwood 5 anywhere. We approve. If you need some suggestions, hit us up.
We have plenty.
So, I got a suggestion here, boys.
What?
If you like and subscribe and leave a dope-ass comment, maybe when this whole scene gets back together and back in a good place, we'll invite you out.
Comment your best Glenwood 5 story that you've had, and we will invite you out.
Or just any type of story at all. And if we see, it seems like you could throw down with us, maybe we'll invite you out.
You gotta get pre-screened for that, just in case. We don't want to get murdered.
Yeah,
pretty much. We don't want to pick.
It's okay. I know somebody who can do background checks.
Maybe
we don't need.
Suggestion.
Yeah,
we'll see what
it'll happen, but we're gonna screen your ass so we don't get fucking killed.
We'll see what happens.
But like they said, like and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications. We'll be back next week. We actually have another episode coming out this week. We're gonna do a little bit of a Halloween special, right, boys?
Yeah.
So we're gonna be in costume. We're not gonna tell you what we're doing, but that's all you get to know. So see you guys next week. Actually, later this week.
Yeah.
Bye.